have with us today India's Minister for Culture and Tourism, Mr. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Before taking on the Department of Tourism, Mr. Shekhawat has led the Ministry of Agriculture and Water Resources. Obviously, farming and water conservation have been your pet projects so far. But today we are here, Mr. Shekhawat, to discuss India's booming tourism and hospitality industry and where it is headed. First of all, thank you so much for giving us the time despite your busy schedule.
Thank you very much and most welcome.
So, sir, first question to you is how do you envision the evolution of India's tourism and hospitality sector under your leadership?
See, tourism in India is imbibed into the culture and DNA of Indians. Since the ages, wherever the history goes, you'll find that tourism, inbound tourism in India, to know the cultural prowess of India, to understand the knowledge of India, the wisdom of India, the art and culture of India, the architecture of India. There are many footprints you can find in the books of the history written by various people for the various ages and times. Apart from that, thousands of years ago, you can find the traces of Indian pilgrimage. So they were the tourists who used to roam all across the country to establish or to understand the different formats of the religion. So it's not new for India. Nothing is new in India. As far as India as a tourism destination is concerned, it is inevitably going to grow and improve the position, because the way Indian infrastructure have been upgraded and taken care under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. The first issue or challenge which was there for development of Indian tourism has been addressed. Now the way the road infrastructure has been increased by constructing 150,000 kilometers of new roads, by constructing of almost doubling up the new number of airports which were there. New seaways, new waterways have been constructed. The fast railway operations have been initiated. Modern rail infrastructure have been created. So this is how the issue of infrastructure has been already addressed. On the other end, the way India has progressed in last 10 years, entire world is amazed to see the progress, the speed and the scale both. So attraction towards India, to know India, to see India, it has again been re-established all across the world. So inbound tourism is going to, inevitably it is going to grow. And the third thing is our domestic tourism. The way prosperity has come into India because of the various schemes which were initiated and translated on the ground very well under the leadership of Modi ji. More than 25 crore people have come out of the poverty line. And the size of middle income group has increased tremendously, and it is continuously increasing. They are the aspiring class. And the aspiring class, which was having all their inspirations and aspirations in their mind to know India and to travel to within India, that is now coming up. So, and thirdly, our economy is growing. So, tourism, with the speed of growth of economy, it is going to grow. But since our middle income group is continuously increasing and attraction towards India is increasing all across the world, so our sector is going to grow more than double of the speed of what our economy is growing. That is going to be humongous.
So, given your background in water resources and agriculture, how do you plan to integrate sustainable practices into India's tourism sector?
That is the most important thing. Honorable Prime Minister have envisioned and given this vision and shared with all of the world the mission lifestyle for environment. And unless we integrate sustainability with tourism, it is not going to be eternal. So all sustainable projects, whatever, tourism, it is a state subject as per our constitution. So ultimately everything needs to be done by the states. But to give importance to the sustainable practices. Whatever assistance we are giving through various schemes to the states for upliftment of overall experience of tourists or the development of tourist places, iconic tourist places anyway, we are giving priority for the funding to the states or the projects which are practicing sustainability in the tourism. So that way we are handholding the sustainability, and I'm sure the way this orientation is increasing towards sustainability, it is going to drive very good future for India and Indian tourism.
A lot of hoteliers are they're also becoming very aware of this whole
Yeah,
concept. And
because we have initiated a project. I was in Jal Shakti Ministry. So, in those days, we had an MOU with Ministry of Tourism, and we initiated a green leaf concept into tourism. So, the way Ministry of Tourism awards or accords the rating system, star rating system. So, whichever the hotel is adapting the good practices for sustainability, either in sanitation or in recycling of the or reuse of water, we will be giving them, honoring them with the 5-leaf symbols. So, whatever the hotel is, if they are practicing the best of the industry, then they will be rated at 5 leaves along with the 5 stars. So, these type of incentives, what we are giving, they are going to motivate further to the industry, hospitality industry, to practice to give a thrust on the sustainable practices.
everything is going digital nowadays, and you yourself have been a politician with maximum followers. I think I've read somewhere on Google, on Quora. So with data technology and artificial intelligence, how is the ministry going to also help the growth of the hospitality industry? Is there some way technology is going to ensure?
See, certainly now things have changed and the world has changed. On the entire spectrum of marketing all across the country, in all across the domains, it has been changed. We have recently launched a new digital Incredible India platform, which is a holistic solution for any tourist who is either domestic or coming from any part of the world. It's a complete solution for him to know India, to search the destination as per their requirement and their need and their priorities, to plan their tour or to booking, to everything is being taken care through digital platform. So this is, I think, this practice is going to give, and we are creating virtual reality experiences and immersive experiences on all our tourist places, so that people can be attracted more and more towards India and to travel into India or travel in India.
Post-COVID, sir, we have seen that there has been a dearth of talent in the hospitality industry. This is what a lot of leaders around also keep talking about. The attrition rate has increased. So, any initiatives being developed to upskill or the train, hospitality workforce, probably in rural areas or even in urban areas?
There are two type of things. Having understood this scenario which has arisen, and you have rightly said that after the COVID, there was a dearth of talent and trained workforce in the industry. After having this assignment, within a week I sat with all stakeholders of the industry, and we had a long meeting of almost 5-6 hours. I listened to them. I wanted to understand what exactly are the core issues. So I was surprised to know that the dearth of talent and the qualified manpower or skilled manpower is there. But on the other end, the institutes of hotel management of Government of India or the state-owned, which we support or extend support by funding them, they were having lack of the interest of the youth to join those institutes. So to bridge out the gap between what is being taught there and what is being required by the industry, we entered into an MOU with all the national and international chains of the hotel groups in our country. And with that MOU, we have assigned our Institute of Hotel, our Institute of Hotel Management with those chain of hotels to train manpower as per their requirement and desire, to get them educated, to train them on practice, provide them training and the internships, and further absorb them. So that is going to serve the purpose and bridge out the gap which is there. Simultaneously, another concept, new concept, what we have introduced is Paryatan Mitra and Paryatan Didi under the leadership of Honorable Modi ji, where we are going to train thousands and thousands of youths, local youths, on the tourist places where they can work as an cultural and tourism ambassadors of the country. They are going to work for sustainable practices, to enhance the sustainable practices. They are going to uplift, to work as a facilitator to uplift overall tourist experience for the tourists who are coming to that destination, by providing trainings, by providing assistance, and by providing other facilities to the tourists. The third thing what we have initiated, since a new concept of Airbnb and homestays is increasing very rapidly, so to train the people who are operating the homestays, we have created modules and connected and given this assignment to our IHMs in the states. Online programs have been generated, so they can attend those online classes without coming to the institutes practically. Then for practical requirements, they can come to the institutes or the hotels, where they can be taught and trained for the hospitality management of their homestays, the cleanliness and hygiene maintenance and expectations, to improve guest relations and front office experience, because the lady and the family, they only have to do everything and extend all services. So their practical training for better practices and adaptability of better practices, they are required to be trained.
How is the ministry collaborating with other government bodies to improve infrastructure such as airports and highways, and especially with popular destinations?
See, after becoming Modi ji as Prime Minister, the narrative of working and the idea and concept of the working of the government has been completely changed. Now the approach for whatever ministry works, for their works, it is always whole of the government approach. So we are in complete coordination with the state governments, with the various departments and ministries of the government of India and other stakeholders also. So it is everyone's responsibility, and that is how we are working to provide more and more infrastructure as far as commutation is concerned, or the communication is concerned. We are working closely with the concerned ministries.
We see hotels coming up practically every single day. Big brands are opening up, even newer hotels everywhere. Do you feel that certain destinations could become overcrowded? There is something called over tourism.
That is there. That is there. Most of our traditionally known tourist places are overcrowded. The newly constructed or upgraded religious places, maybe like Ayodhya or Ujjaini or other places, are also feeling this type of situation. So we have started working on decongestion of tourist places, or diverting tourists from that particular place to within the area only, to experience other things. So for that, we have started promoting the projects which are aligned with this idea and concept. So those projects already we have started funding in Goa also. State of Goa is thinking on the similar lines. In Jammu Kashmir, the state of Jammu Kashmir and government, along with Ministry of Tourism, Government of India and the World Bank, they have initiated the work for developing 4 or 5 new travel destinations in Jammu and Kashmir. And we are in the close contact of the other state governments also to promote such type of practices. The special incentive schemes for infrastructure development, which was announced during the budget, where the state governments are being financed by union government with a kitty of 1,50,000 crore rupees for development of infrastructure into various streams. Out of that kitty, a small amount has been granted to Ministry of Tourism. So we requested the states, because that is an interest-free loan for 50 years. So practically it's a grant. And the beauty of that loan is that it doesn't reflect in the debt side of the state. So it doesn't hamper the state's borrowing capacity. It's a very good formula of federal cooperatives, which shows depict the concept of federal cooperativism. So, with that grant, we have requested the states, and all the states have, except West Bengal, have submitted their projects. We are giving priority to the projects which are being developed with the concept of decongestion and development of new travel destinations or new travel product on existing destination.
Wellness tourism is again picking up more than ever before. Is there any specific, whether it's adventure tourism or wedding tourism or wildlife tourism, anything specific that the ministry will focus on, or that needs to be and
That is an integral part of the ministry's working. As Honorable Prime Minister have started promoting Wed in India, Meet in India. So they are all the different products of in tourism. They are increasing. In India, the way infrastructure has grown up. And post G20 meetings, which were organized all across the country on more than 60 destinations, and the way infrastructure have been looked in during those meetings, it has created a new window in India for the MICE tourism. On the other end, the medical infrastructure has increased in India in private sector also, and the credibility of Indian medical system has been improved in last couple of years. There is a huge scope of medical tourism is also there in India, in medical, in traditional allopathic system, and otherwise also for preventive medicine also. The thousands and thousands of people are coming from outside, from the country, all across the world, and in our country also people have started going in the resorts where the Ayush practices and yoga and from with therapeutic other treatments, they are being treated, or the preventive treatments are being practiced.
is there a roadmap for promoting lesser known tourism areas?
Yeah, it is there. Though primarily it is to be done by the state governments. But when we were developing this Incredible India platform, we have conceptualized in such a fashion that at least 500 destinations should be marked into that. So while planning the tour, the tourist can explore the new avenues and opportunities of tourism in India. So that way they are being promoted.
Okay. Any incentives to attract investments, like foreign investments into India with hospitality is concerned?
Naturally, looking towards the growth prospects, the people are coming to invest in India in hospitality sector, and since it is 100% FDI permissible sector, $18 billion foreign investment has been registered in last 2 years time. So it is a good growth, and I foresee a very good future. The way hospitality sector is growing and the way it need to be grown, there is a huge scope of private sector as well as the foreign direct investment is there in our system. Otherwise also to promote and to incentivize the investment by the private sector in hospitality sector, some of the states have developed very good practices, given industry status to the hospitality infrastructure, and many of the incentives, and the best of them, the policy is of the state of Rajasthan. We have integrated the best practices what all the states are adapting or offering to the investors to invest into hospitality sector, integrated all of them there, then created a draft document and draft policy and shared with all the states to initiate that practices, so that more and more investment can be attracted into travel sector.
Looking at 2047, that will be 100 years from independence. What is the path towards tourism and hospitality?
See, tourism and hospitality is going to be the biggest driver of Indian economy, and during this trail of Viksit Bharat, which has already been started with Amrit Kal, the contribution of tourism, formal sector, if I say, because we are not counting the informal sector which is there and which is a even larger part. So, but the formal sector, if I count down and start integrating data of formal and informal sector, both by capturing initiating new practices for and foolproof practices of data capturing. I'm sure that the contribution which is being estimated at 6-7% in the economy GDP by this sector, it is inevitably is grown by 3-4%, and it is going to go up in double digits. And what I foresee is the tourism, the way it is increasing, it is going to be the driver of Indian economy and the growth of Indian economy. So my estimation is by the end of this 100 years era, by 2047, when Viksit Bharat will be there, as Honorable Prime Minister have envisioned, I'm sure that this sector is going to grow, and it is going to grow up to $3 billion industry. Looking towards the opportunities, we are in close contact with the players of our stakeholders and players of the hospitality industry. There is a fabulous career which I can foresee in the hospitality industry. I will hail and love to hail all the youngsters and youth. Do come in this sector. It's a fabulous, colorful sector and a vibrant sector which is going to grow inevitably.
Thank you so much.
Thank
That
you,
was
ma'am.
wonderful message.